But if you saw the things that you produce at the end of year 13...
I'm honestly,
like,
bro, so gassed.
I don't know if we
with
can
it,
pull, like the water shoot up, just for example. Like,
yeah.
all the teachers said you
Alfie,
could do
by
that.
the way, the water shoot, big up. Alfie helped with that. Like, he was the cameraman behind it all. And obviously I helped with the tinkering of the settings, everything like that. But basically my thoughts, his establishment, which is amazing. I honestly can't thank him enough because it wouldn't have happened without you, bro. And
it's great to like see the journey as well. Like
we've improved so much as well from even that shoot. We've improved so much.
Oh yeah. But it's so lovely to kind of see those, like the shoots we did back in like December 2021. Like they were good.
Crazy,
like to see how like we've moved from there and all the skills we've learned there. It's
the amount of experimentation as well.
We've done some weird stuff.
We've done some and when I say weird fun. We've spun fire. We've painted with fire. We've light painted with fire. I'm gonna put that picture up here. Yeah,
great fun that was.
It was, mate. It was
a lot of
fun.
water. I think I've poured about 10,000 litres of water.
I'm so glad that we did that outside with like some greenery around, so we like fed the grass and stuff. It was so much
fed the grass.
We
did one of them like right here actually in this spot.
Oh
and
God!
It was brutal.
I did that without my shirt on as well.
I was there for emotional support only.
Oh, but it was cold water as well for half of it, and then we switched to warm water, and I was like, "Oh, this is so much better."
I don't know how it took us so long to think about this because we're going through the shoots. I was like, "We can do this, Rohit. We can get through this." And
we were on
like,
such a time crunch. We were on such a time crunch as well.
I remember that, yeah.
How much water do you think we used that day? Too much, man. Too much. I had like 4 or 5. We did like 6, I think.
We were filming for like 2 hours or something.
Bro, and it wasn't a warm day. It was a cold day.
Yeah. We thought we'd picked out a great day. It was in the summer. We thought this is gonna be fantastic. We get there, clouds all
summer's
over.
a bit of a stretch.
English summer.
But April. Oh God.
Every time you talk about a summer in England, you have to put little quotation marks to say like
this
warm
also
weather.
Opinions of 2023 summer.
Kind of mid.
Dead, isn't it?
Yeah, it just didn't.
August was dead.
Yeah.
June was probably the best weather, I think.
Didn't really. Yeah. It was in June. It was like 27 degrees. It was actually.
Do you remember that heat wave we had like in 2022?
Oh, 40 degrees. Oh, I melted.
I didn't mind that, you know.
Well, I'm ginger. Context: ginger people hate the sun. We hate it.
Why is that? Is that just like a genetic thing?
I think so. But like, my dad's ginger and he hates the sun. My mum's like loves it. She's like lying sunbathing.
Yeah.
I'm just sat in a corner, just like, lay me over, please. I want to go inside. No, Alfians and warm
just don't mix. Right. Okay.
So like right now in the winter, we're loving life. I've got my Christmas jumpers on. Brilliant. Second it gets past June.
What do you do in summer? Like, do you do like a barbecue type? What's your vibe in summer? I only met you like what? How many times do I meet in summer? Like.
Most of the time we meet in the summer, we do photography things, don't we? Because it's always a really nice like weather
true.
for it.
It's true.
I like picnics. I know it sounds really sad. I love picnics, board games, like it's vibes. I think I remember like loads of times where I met up with people right before I went to university. I got all the friends. We went to Lidl, got some baked goods, got a picnic rug in the local park, card games.
I love Lidl, man. I love Lidl.
We don't have one. We don't have one at university. And
mid.
I think I'll drop out just for that. You know, it's awful.
You have an Aldi?
We do have an Aldi.
That's alright, you know what?
I do all my shopping at Aldi.
Have you tried the brownie slices from Aldi?
Slices?
Try those, bro. They taste not better than Lidl, but
no, I did not know they did brownie slices.
They're up there.
Mental note, I'm keeping that.
They're up there, man.
Are they good price?
They're like £1.30, I think, for like four thick slices.
Not sponsored, but I'll damn.
I mean, Aldi, if you want to sponsor me,
hit us up, yeah.
I'm here, man. I'll have an Aldi bag just for you on this table.
Like an Aldi mukbang.
Aldi mukbang coming soon. Guests to be decided.
I came up with the idea, so it's got to be me, right?
Actually, you know what? Aldi mukbang with Alfie coming soon. Nah, so if you were to have a mukbang, what food would you have on it?
This is a hot take.
I love speaking about food with Alfie.
I'm not really a fast food guy.
Oh, you're not?
No, it's like
valid though. Valid.
It's like
it don't have to be fast food.
I had a phase.
Could be pizza.
I do like a good Domino's
pizza.
pizza.
Yeah, it could be pizza.
Domino's, Subway, like.
Subway's nice actually. Yeah, Subway's really nice.
Good. But no, like I think I was 15, and I don't know why, but I went to get like KFC something, popcorn chicken, can't beat it, and I had it, and I was like, I don't really like this anymore, and I never had it since.
Oh my god!
After that day, no fast food for Alfie.
When was the 15-year-old Alfie?
Yeah,
you haven't had fast food since you were 15. Not even like.
I might have had like the odd thing.
Oh, bro, do you
like,
count Domino's as fast food? You can't. No. You can't.
So much.
You can't eat in Domino's.
Sorry, say again.
You can't eat inside Domino's, so it's only takeaway.
I thought there was like tables. Did they get rid of the tables?
Wait, there's tables in Domino's?
I thought they got rid of. Wait, what?
Nah, bro, there's tables in Domino's.
I thought there was.
I thought pizza all you can eat in is a restaurant, innit? Domino's isn't technically a restaurant. Does it count as fast food because it's delivery, innit? Let's be honest, you're not going to eat Domino's inside. Like, you're going to eat at home, whack a bit of telly on.
For the sake of my sanity, I'll say it's not fast food. No, what I did though, every time I had a bad day at school, I went on my way home, and there was a Domino's right on my way home.
Yeah.
Went in there, £2 personal pizza. Yeah, £2.
I think it's even less now.
No way.
Yeah, I swear, I think
it was my happy place. I got a little pizza, and I walked up a little hill, and I sat down, and I ate my little pizza.
Let's chat about Nando's then. Does Nando's count as fast food? No.
No.
I don't think it does.
It's a restaurant.
But everybody says that it does. And I don't get that. Because if I can eat in... And it's healthy food as well. It's like grilled chicken. Whoa. Alfie.
I think at the end of this term, we all went to Nando's.
Yes.
And I think there was like 2 pieces of veg ordered between 30 people.
2 pieces of veg? Right, broccoli or like what? Like what?
Yeah, broccoli, yeah.
I do love their broccoli, to be fair. It's quite nice. Long stem broccoli. Nando's, if you want to shout me.
I'm a tender stem guy. I'm showing my... I'm
okay,
not
anyway,
a Tory. I'm not a Tory.
Do you like Nando's then?
Oh
God, I'm leaving.
Episode's over.
I'm leaving.
I've only been like twice.
Okay, but do you like Nando's?
The times I went, I enjoyed it. I think it's.
Do you like Nando's? Say yes or no.
It's overpriced.
Say yes or no.
I'm sorry, it's overpriced.
Say yes or no.
It's overpriced.
That's not a yes or no. It's you know you don't even get to you don't know. Anyway, moving on from that.
Is it overpriced? Yes or no?
No. No, it is. But that you know what? I don't think it's good quality meat though, man. Like I'll say yeah. Wait, no. What sort of things did you order? I need to know what you ordered now. Because if you got like a butterfly chicken and just didn't get any bone stuff, then yes, it's overpriced.
I don't like bones.
You know what?
Stop the episode.
We're done.
I'm off. I'm going.
This man just okay.
Getting roasted.
You don't even like a what? So what do you eat in your roast chicken? Do you not eat it on the bone? Is it all just boneless stuff?
All bone.
Do you not have like a?
No, I got halloumi fries as a starter.
What's your Okay, right. Halloumi fries it's lovely.
Am I back in your good books?
Yeah, I do love I do love a good bit of halloumi. I do. Oh, halloumi's so nice.
Pretty good actually.
And they don't do anything special to it. They literally just grill it and just give you it. But their chili jam.
I do like chili jam. I do like it actually.
So
good. Tell you what though, like cooking at university, like making my own food, has given me such a good appreciation of like
good food.
Yeah, and like going home and getting a takeaway stuff. It's made me appreciate those moments so much. Because when you're at uni, you can't afford takeaways.
How are takeaways in Warwick? Pricey? Good.
In Freshers Week, dirt cheap. You can get like a Domino's pizza for like £5. Amazing, we loved it. And then after Freshers Week, they took away all the deals, and now everyone's going insane about it.
Yeah, nice. Is there any sort of local areas like that you've got any takeaways? Any independent guys?
There's like cafes like on campus.
Oh.
It's a campus uni, not a city university.
Yeah.
And like the surrounding area hasn't really got that much to it. It's
right,
the heart of campus is in the campus.
How's your heart? I had to. I saw it and I had to take it. But continue.
Anyway, but yeah. So I've had to basically because I didn't want to spend like £50 a week on takeaways.
How often do you get takeaways then?
I haven't had a takeaway once. I've been cooking all my own stuff at university.
What's the? Let's look into this one. What's the tips for cooking at uni? Oh wow.
Aldi. We love Aldi.
What do you cook like? What's the breakfast, lunch, dinner looking like for Alfie?
Breakfast and lunch is kind of just mid. Just like get a tin of something
and just
a tin of beans. Like that's
that's valid. Beans on toast type thing.
I'm a uni student. No,
uni student.
No, but for tea, I've been quite proud of myself. I made like salmon egg fried rice. Like it's
damn salmon egg fried rice.
I made loads of curries with like butternut squash and like peaches and stuff.
Wait, this doesn't sound cheap.
Well, honestly,
butternut squash and peach.
Yeah, just go to Aldi. Aldi. That's where it's at.
Damn. Anyway, yeah.
But I've been trying to not get takeaways as much as possible.
So you've not had a takeaway at all for the first time?
Apart from Freshers Week.
Damn. Like, no, I respect that, you know.
I've actually been fully vegetarian in Freshers.
Okay, I don't respect that now.
Okay, the main reason is that some people in the flat next to us got food poisoning because someone numpty kept the freezer door open for like 12 hours. They closed it and someone got food poisoning from like chicken.
Salmon.
I don't know if it was salmonella, but it was.
Wait, no, pause. So what did they do? They kept the door open for 12 hours?
I think they must have left the door open overnight. And
the chicken was just...
Yeah, so people got food poisoning, had to go home for like 2 weeks.
Crazy.
And I was like, nope. And then, I haven't been really...
So you haven't been buying chicken either then, like to cook or... Yeah, you know what, fair enough. I'd probably do something like... Because I just don't trust...
Yeah, that's the thing at university. You can't like...
How's the fridge sharing and all that crap? Do you buy stuff just weekly or do you buy like...
I try and food plan weekly. That's kind of...
So you go shops weekly then?
Yeah. It's kind of... Most people can't just buy food for a couple of days, but... I mean, for my flight, it's worked out quite well. I'm kind of one of the only people that cooks properly in my flat, so... No, I didn't... Not the throw shade, not the throw shade.
He cooks, mate. He cooks. All of you are just sat on your arse. He cooks.
I don't want to throw shade, I'm sorry.
If any of you watch this, you heard it here.
but a lot of the fridge and freezer space is mine because no one else really uses it too much. So I'm quite lucky from that point of view.
Damn, that's sick.
And
fridge freezer, proper American fridge freezer.
Yeah, proper thing. We've got two of the big things, so
nice,
it's quite
nice.
Good. Tip though, if you want to survive at uni, batch cooking.
So is that just meal prep?
Oh yeah. So basically,
does that actually? Because I can't eat the same thing over and over.
This is the thing. In Freshers Week, I cooked 6 times in that week.
Yeah.
I made like 6 different meals every time. Each meal made for like 4 or 5. Put them all in the freezer, and then for the next 3 weeks...
Oh, you swap them out?
Exactly. So for the next 3 weeks, I was just eating like different meals every day. It was amazing.
That saves you a lot of cooking as well to like
useful.
Do some education and that.
It was great actually. It was like,
that's why you're there.
So all my flatmates were having like chips every day. I was living luxury.
That's the thing. Freezer food as well. Is that a big thing? Like just getting loads.
Ready meals are quite a lot. I think ready meals were quite big in the first few weeks, and then everyone kind of realised that the maintenance loan didn't allow for that.
Yeah, I can't. And plus, it's not really that.
Yeah.
I feel like you feel a bit ill, like after having too much. Although air fryer is a good thing.
I need to get an air fryer and a rice cooker as well. That's
probably. I'd invest in the rice cooker. It will do you some good, man.
This thing, like my Christmas list from like 10 years ago was like Star Wars Lego sets and like match attacks. Now it's like rice cookers.
Oh, match attacks.
What's happened to me,
bro? Match attacks. Whoever remembers
you did
this.
match attacks, right?
I did match attacks as well, bro. Throwbacks, man. Worst investment ever. Because I'm pretty sure half of the cards would get lost. I'd show it to my mates that day, and I'd be like, oh. Haha. Yeah, and then it would just, it would just like literally spawn out of nowhere and just disappear.
It was like drug dealing for 10-year-olds, wasn't it?
It genuinely was.
I had like a big book of them. I used to show my friends like my Match Attack collection. I was a cool kid because of that.
But I get what you mean, man. Nostalgic because even like 2-3 years ago, your Christmas list would have been different, man. And I mean different.
Oh yeah.
Because when you're growing that age, especially like. You just before adulthood, or we'll get onto that in a sec.
And let's be honest, like
because you're almost 19 now.
Oh yeah, you are 19. This is we're old men, but
old and stylish.
But that's the thing. I think like when you're that age, you don't really understand what money is. Let's be honest. And I think like
no, you literally just put whatever, and just if you get any of that back, you're like, whoa, I got this.
Definitely, yeah. And I think like to an extent, I've kind of only really fully understood money when I started to live by myself at uni and like trying to budget everything, figure out how much can I spend on food, how much can I like
spend on
enjoy and
luxuries and
exactly
like that. Yeah,
so it's a tricky process. It took like a while to figure out what's going on.
It is hard, especially when you get thrown from no budgeting, or I'm assuming no budgeting from you. no budgeting at all, straight to like I have to budget everything and and I have to like look after myself. Obviously, your parents don't really look after you after you turn like 15, 16 or whatever age. They stop looking after you in that sort of way. But still sort of that sort of comfort that you used to have with parents that are just it's slowly like eliminated. You get what I mean?
I mean, I can't lie. The second I got back and my mum served me a cooked meal, I was like, this is a life. I am not moving here.
This is heaven, bro. Honestly, you enjoy home cooked food so much more. You know, like amazing. even when people were like, oh, she's made like meatloaf again.
Never take that for granted ever again.
Do you like meatloaf?
Never had meatloaf.
I've never had meatloaf, and it sounds disgusting, by the way.
Like,
why would I want a loaf of meat?
I don't know if people just kind of like make it out to be this awful thing, but
it can't be that bad. It can't be that bad, like realistically, because if you wanted a meatloaf, no, I can't actually. No. I thought I could do that. You can't. No, it's just bad. It's bad.
But no, so like it's quite easy to take things for granted when you're living at home, and like I don't think there's anything wrong with that stuff, in premise. But I'm not gonna like going back and like seeing family and getting lovely food and seeing dogs. It was amazing.
Coming back for the holidays, seeing all of the mates that you saw in A levels, catching up, going out for food, doing stuff that you used to do, sharing the new memories that you've made with your old friends. There's something amazing about that.
Yeah, it's great.
Because it's just nice, and I feel that as well. Whenever anybody comes home, I'm like, oh, bro, tell me what's new, everything like that, and they have so much to say.
Sure.
It's honestly so nice, Mum, but it's very weird to think about because it's like.
In what way?
6 months ago, you were in school doing your A levels.
Doesn't feel like 6 months,
bro. You literally
not feel like 6 months.
It's so weird to think about, and now you're living on your own.
It's almost like incomparable. Like it's not like I look back at my 6 month ago self and think, oh, he was such an idiot. I mean, I can't.
Yeah,
but like.
Oh, bro, did you ever watch those videos back in you in like year 7? And you're like, why did I say that? I remember us when we went to a theme park, right?
No. I know exactly what memory. I know exactly what you're talking about.
I don't know what you screamed into the mic, but you came up to the phone and he was like, I don't know what he said now.
Was it Fortnite related?
No, because this was before Fortnite as well. This was back in year 7. Oh,
that's weird
I'm getting the clip after this. I'm not gonna out him.
No.
I'm not gonna out him on YouTube, but I'm gonna show him the clip. And the amount of stuff that's changed is crazy. Even me, our haircuts as well, bro. I can't lie, they've come a long way. Our haircuts, they used to be sketchy, man. Especially mine. I don't know what I was doing.
Talk about mine. I was terrified. I didn't have a trim.
I didn't either. We just grew it out.
Of course, yeah. But this weird thing about how much we've grown as well.
Yeah.
And I mentioned Fortnite. What happened there? Like I can't imagine a time before that. Everything's kind of like a blur.
Yeah,
in that little
bro.
area.
Everybody was on like whenever Fortnite was a thing. Everybody would be talking about it. Patch notes, everything. I remember in media, people would be like pulling up and like searching up the patch notes, and we'd all just sit around the glow of the little monitor, and we'd be like
they're like a prophet or something.
Yeah. Oh man, it's so funny to look back on because we would never do that now.
No, of course, no. I remember when the most important thing in our lives were where like the meteor that was going to hit Dusty Dirt. I remember like that was the most important thing in our like year 9 lives.
That was year 9.
Simple times.
Weird to think about. Have you been playing any games recently? Anything? Are you a gamer?
I haven't really had time. I speedrun Portal 2 before I got a wrist injury. Have you played Portal 2?
I haven't, but I've heard of it.
We love it. But no, I got like a wrist injury.
Yeah.
This time last year actually.
Wait, hang on, it's been that long.
It's better now. It was bad for about like 6 months.
No, I remember, but I didn't think it was that. Whoa, Alfie, that's a long time, man.
But like since then, I couldn't play any games. I couldn't play piano. I couldn't code or do schoolwork properly. It was a weird time because especially I had to like revise for exams and stuff, and I was like, well,
I can't.
Revising physically hurts. I can't do that, you know. So it was a bit of an odd time. So I couldn't really play many games after that. Since then, I haven't really.
What are your hobbies at the moment, mate? Like
mainly piano. I love my music, photography. I'm trying to get into as much like sports as possible.
Bro, when you say photography, I'm really into film at the moment.
Yeah, I need to experiment more with that.
It's so fun, bro. Especially because I leave it like the last film roll that I shot. I left it for about 6 months. So basically, I started shooting in like I think I started shooting in like Jan of this beginning year, and I had it till like August-ish. September, actually. I had it till August and September-ish. Got it developed in September, and then I was like, "Well, I don't even remember this."
Such a massive process, isn't it?
Yeah, I was like, "I don't even remember taking this photo," and then it was so sick to have.
Yeah, that's why I really love it, because it's that massive process. It encompasses so many different skills, because you've obviously got your photography, you've got your videography, you've got your whole sound aspect to it.
Your sound is so important. I've realised with this podcast,
yeah.
it's so important, man.
Massive.
Like, even like visual audio. Visual audio is basically like stuff that to explain to the viewer.
Sure.
So like, I had in one of my photography videos that I posted of explaining that ISO, aperture, and shutter speed. I literally put the toggle. I put like a sound in for me turning the toggle.
I think I remember that.
It was just so nice, and I lined it up so it was crisp and stuff like that. It's just a little
so
stuff.
important. Yeah, I remember when I was over the summer, I learned how to like do some like the basics of audio engineering, like mixing, mastering, stuff like that.
That's good. Man.
But it gave me such a. I mean, I'm not very good at it yet, but it gave me such a good insight into how important these things are, and how easy it is to like mess things up, and how tricky it can be to like figure out what an issue is. Because sometimes you hear audio and think, that sounds bad. I've got no idea why it sounds bad.
Yeah.
Same thing with like stuff like green screen, for example. Like, it's very easy to notice bad green screen. It's very hard to figure out why it's bad. You just know something's off there. I'm not too sure.
Yeah.
So there's so many different aspects that go into it. That's why it's so cool, in my opinion.
I love it because, especially when film cameras as well, you forget the work that you take and you just see it all again, all together. And there's something about the physical aspect of holding it in your hand and really seeing each detail, especially when it's stripped away from colour, just pure black and white.
Yeah, I mean, you think like even just from like photography things. So if you think how long you spent on like certain shoots, like months.
Do you remember the shoot? What was the shoot that we did where we flipping had a mirror behind our head, held glass?
Oh my, that was fun.
I think I'm gonna, if I have a behind the scenes, I'm putting it here. But
I think we do actually.
Bro, what was it? 2 RGB lights. Oh, bro.
Yeah, like
so we were behind. Like there was a mirror behind my head to reflect something, and then I was holding a glass with water on top of it, and this glass,
spraying mist on.
This glass was heavy, and then Alfie's taking pictures of it through.
It was,
and then your head would hurt when you go up because your blood would just rush to the back.
It was such a janky setup, but it was. We got some good shots from.
We got some good shots, but they didn't end up going in the portfolio, sadly.
Shame. Yeah, we had to improvise so much. I think that's my favourite thing ever about photography.
Improving, yeah.
And the improvisation as well.
Yeah.
There's so many times where we wanted to do a shoot and we saw that we couldn't do a specific thing, like maybe an angle wasn't right, or we wanted to get this effect but we couldn't, and we thought, let's just get this random object, chuck it in, and it suddenly all worked.
Especially with the fire painting we did. I think that was the lighting. You really wanted it to face, or no, not to face, and I was like, try it facing. See, and then those light sticks you can see, and it just
it worked very well. Yeah, I think that was my favourite shoot of.
100%.
We can get some photos up as well, but it was so much fun.
But I want to know what you do when you get to like, let's say you get really stressed, man, and like gets those low points in your life. What do you do to like get yourself back to somewhat balanced and like just get yourself feeling good again, man? Especially when you're far away from home. How is that happening?
I mean, it's very easy in the modern age in the sense that you have phones, you've got the contacts. I can just ring up Mother Dearest and say, hello, things aren't good.
Yeah,
but like,
it's not the same as being in person.
No, but like, I find that's very good to help. And as well, like, try and find those hobbies that you can really bang out. So if I'm really stressed one time, I'm just feeling really tense, I go over to the piano. I'm very lucky. I managed to bring my piano into my uni room with me. I just sit down at the piano and I just do some improv for like 20 minutes. And it just like, it takes away everything. It's really lovely. I think like having religion as well is like...
Yeah, big part.
It really does help in the sense
so what do you do? Like, do you just pray or like, so... You're a Christian. Let's get that out there first. What religion you are. Love for all religions, by the way. But you're a Christian and I just want to know what your way of praying it, because it's different for everyone.
Yeah, it's a really good question actually. I don't think I've
asked
this many times.
Has there been anything that's pulled you away from religion, would you say?
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, like, I think it's quite rare for a physicist slash mathematician to be religious. I feel like it's quite uncommon actually. When I tell people I'm religious, people are like, oh, but you study physics, and for some reason I think, it's bizarre, and I think there's always been that like big divide. I don't really see where that comes
That's
from.
weird,
though.
no, isn't it?
I think people are like, oh, well, they completely contradict each other. I think the opposite, actually. I think they work really well together.
Yeah.
More than most people.
Because I know you used to tell me about science and the whole religion and the Big Bang and everything like that, associated with religion a lot, as well as coming in science.
Yeah.
The whole opposing thing is mad. Like,
it's a shockingly...
You're a mathematician, but you can't be a Christian.
It's a shockingly popular belief that... Like, so people are very surprised when they hear I'm religious when I'm studying maths. It's an odd thing, but
yeah, very odd.
Yeah, but I do think it really helps me in my dark times where it's just be able to have that conversation. Yeah. I guess. I when you asked about how I treat praying, it's very much like conversation based and informal. I guess if that's
good. So do you speak to like the higher power that you believe in and just get everything off your chest, basically?
That's then just offloading it, really, and kind of, even if I don't hear anything back, it's still just very relieving. Just kind of,
is there something that benefits you more than actually telling an actual human about that, or is it just something more like, oh, I feel like he's guiding me from above?
Well, I think that's the thing. Like, if someone came to me and said, Alfie, I've been struggling with X, Y, and Z mentally, can you help me with that?
Yeah.
I love doing that and I love helping them with it. But if that person's religious, I always ask them if I can pray for them as well, because though I can help people, be there for them, that in my opinion doesn't match what a supernatural entity like the God I believe in can do, right?
Yeah.
It's like that.
The whole notion of praying for someone is just nice. I think it's just something
it needs to be
comfy.
More.
Yeah, I mean, I've said it to a lot of people and they're taken aback by it. And
it can be quite demoralising sometimes as well.
Because I feel like
it's a big question to ask,
especially when people don't really back or atheists or something like that, and they're like, "Oh, I don't really care if you don't pray for me and stuff like that." But I'm like, it makes me not want to do it at that point, because it's like,
I get you. Sometimes it can be very hard to kind of. You can't put yourself out your comfort zone a little bit when you ask if you want to pray for someone.
Sometimes I've done it before I've even asked, and I don't think that's... I think that's just a nice thing, because that's what I believe is... It's not really doing anyone any harm. Do you know what I mean? I'm just doing doing what's... But anyway, how do you feel about certain religions in the media and stuff, like Christianity portrayed in the media and... I feel like, a very good question. You know what, I feel like it does get mocked a lot as well. Christianity does, and I feel like a lot of people get away with it.
I think out of all the religions, I think Christianity has it somewhat easier than, for example, Islam. For example, I think it's a really big problem with. I think with Christianity,
is there like a word for people that don't like Christianity, like Islamophobia, like kind of like that against Christianity?
I don't think there is really. I'm probably wrong about that, but I haven't heard of something like that. I think in other countries, especially in like some of the countries like Asia and Africa, it's a really big issue.
Yeah.
Over here, apart from like the odd teasing, bullying, I haven't really felt too much of an issue. Like, obviously,
what do you think about the media?
Like portraying Christianity. That's a very good question.
What do you think about the Bible? That's another. Sorry, I've got so many questions.
I think I don't really blame the media. Fully 100%. I think it's more like the subconscious opinions people have, which might be because of the media.
Yeah, no, I get that. That leads me on to another question.
Go for it.
This might sound like a stupid question to some people, but do you believe in the Bible? So what version are you following of the Bible? Because there's loads of versions apparently, right? Yeah. And I want to know what version you're following.
You get the same message from all the translations. I personally follow the New International Version, like NIV. It's kind of the more common one.
Is there a lot of advice in there for life, or what does it mainly entail? Because I've never read the Bible, obviously.
I'd argue it's 80% about advice, because I think that's kind of the very, very core message of religion, is trying to not only be the best person you can be, but to be the best person for other people that you can be as well.
People around you, yeah.
Because I think at the end of the day, all of these holy books are about love. How to
love peace,
people,
and peace.
How to love God, how to...
Do you believe that the Bible has been changed over time?
As in, like mistranslations and stuff like that?
Yeah, because I feel like that's apparently a big thing.
I mean, it'd be stupid for me to say that it hasn't been mistranslated.
Yeah.
I think it's a very different...
It's a very grey area.
Yeah, and I think I mean, I'm biased, of course, but I think it's made a bigger issue than it actually is.
Really?
I think when people look at these things and they say, they find this out of context bit of the Bible and said, this is very wrong, we don't like this,
It's the same thing with the Quran, though. They've taken something out of context and been like, oh, death, and it's so...
Or, like, religious people hate gays and, like, stuff like that.
Yeah, I wanted to ask about the misconceptions. What does the Bible preach about homosexuality?
I mean, from my experience, I've never felt homophobia in the church or in those places.
But realistically, there isn't going to be that. If you think about it, no religion's going to have that in some sort. Nobody's going to actually actively... Because homophobia is actively seeking out hate on the people that like the same gender and stuff.
Sure. And
that's not going to be preached by anyone.
Exactly, that's not what the Bible says. The Bible doesn't say, oh, I want you to hate this specific group of people. Yeah. It completely contradicts what the message is. You know?
But is there something about homosexuality in the Bible?
Let's premise this by saying, I am not a theologian. I don't know what I'm talking about. Thanks. To my knowledge, so let's say...
put you on the spot there, I'm sorry.
Let's say if you went back, 500 years ago, and you said to people, men and women would have pretty much equal rights in the 21st century.
Right.
I know
people would be baffled, yeah.
Sure.
Right.
I know we haven't fully got there yet, of course, but compared to 500 years ago, the concept of equal rights or near equal rights would just be so foreign. Likewise, going back to the slave trade movement and saying, there will be a time where this discrimination is so much less of an issue, people will be like, oh, go away, you're not... Yeah, it still makes sense.
I get what you mean.
I think it's also a similar issue for this. If you went back 2,000 years ago and talked about homosexuality, it wouldn't just be a foreign concept, it'd just be a...
This is the thing where... Continue, I'll let you finish.
I don't think that's... it's obviously a sense of ignorance, but it's to what extent can you blame people like that? I wouldn't go back 500 years ago and say, you thought that the sun revolved about the earth, you are a terrible person, you know nothing about the world. I think that's the fact of the earth revolving about the sun is just as foreign of a concept as homosexuality. That's my view, at least. I'm not sure if that's controversial or...
I think you've made some very good points, but along the way, I think you said that if you went back and spoke to people about it, you said it would be somewhat unknown or foreign. But if it's in the Bible, or somewhat is... Because this is human nature, man. It's nothing that's new. And the fact that the whole independence from it is new, though, I'll give you that. But, bro, let's be honest. Humans have liked humans for centuries, and that's never going to change. And about who they like, that's probably been the same thing. But because we're so exposed to that now, I think that's where all of it's coming from.
Sure, no.
Because it's not an unknown thing. Because back then, even in Hindu temples, bro, there's carvings of females on females, and that's not it's not an unknown thing. I actually think in Hinduism, we've de-evolved. We used to be able to speak about that stuff freely, and now everybody's in India, especially the society as a whole, is so frowned upon to speak about any of that.
I didn't know. What do you think that's caused that? Because that's a very interesting point.
It's so stupid. You know the Kama Sutra and everything? We wrote that back in the day. Now we can't even... sex education there isn't even spoke about in the right manner.
What's happened there?
I don't understand it. Honestly, I don't. But society has gone the completely opposite way. In everything else, we've modernised. Buildings, everything, architecture. Yeah. Not necessarily the most positive thing to modernise, because temples from back then are still standing. Yeah. So clearly architecture was on point from day one.
Yeah, of course, and they're absolutely stunning as well.
But I think we've completely gone the wrong way, and I think we care too much about what society... Everybody cares about society to a little extent, obviously. Let's not be around the bush, but you shouldn't.
And I think it's quite easy to underestimate the power that the media has. Not just on our views, just on our subconscious. If we keep seeing the same thing over and over and over again every day.
It's the repetition, isn't it?
It's going to stick in there, isn't it? Even if you don't think
Even if you don't believe it, you're going to bring that point to the table when somebody asks you about it, which is crazy to me.
It's dangerous.
Yeah, because you don't even back the opinion, but it's coming in there in the first place, which is whoa! I don't know where this is coming from, but no, I'm glad to see that the religion that you're in is bringing you peace of mind, because that's above all, definitely, peace of mind in this.
Oh, for sure.
In this world, I
genuinely feel that, again, I am biased. I do feel like it helps me to be the best person I aim to be. Not to say that I am that person I'm trying to be, but I feel like having religion in mind helps me try to aim towards that version of me where I can love everyone
the best
as much
version
as I can.
of you.
Exactly, and having love at the framework of my beliefs has been very, very useful to me. And